welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course, I'm your host, Tim Messiah, and often imitate never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious, and it's time for the Royal Rumble. Yeah. So, Royal Rumble, and I gotta tell you, from start to finish, this was a banger of a show, man. I fucking thoroughly enjoyed it, you know? And it was damn good. I mean, I can't even really think of anything that I didn't like from it. You know, and damn. The Royal Rumble was at the ThunderDome. The ThunderDome, and yeah, so pre-show match, it was Nia and Shayna going against Asuka and Charlotte for the tag titles. And I know a lot of people who get their nuts in a vice. Oh, they're putting them on the pre-show. Oh, they don't give a fuck about them. This one deserves better. They deserve better. Dude, it doesn't matter. Think of the right way to say this. Unless you're at the tippy top, you know, and being put in the main event, top 1% of the 1% main eventers position, you know, it doesn't matter what spot on the card you are. For fuck's sake, we've seen Randy Orton work pre-shows. You know, we've seen plenty of top guys working pre-shows. Get the fuck over your shit. You don't like the show? Guess what? Nobody's strapping you down. It's not like Clockwork Orange where they got your eyes forced open and they're putting drops in to keep you from drying out and making you watch it. You can actually, far-fetched idea, you can actually pick up the remote, point it to the TV, and click, turn the damn thing off. You don't like it that much? Go away. Otherwise, quit your bitching, sit down, shut up, and watch the damn show. That said, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler against Asuka and Charlotte. This was a good match. Solid start to the match. Asuka was the team punching bag in it, which I'm not gonna lie, it's different, and it's a good kind of different, because anytime, you know, ever saw Asuka work in tag matches, she was never the one that was the punching bag. And you know, I am a huge proponent. I am all for the idea of give me something different. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? I don't know. We're not going to find out until we do it. Now, I'm not saying I'm a fan of like the Vince Russo Crash TV, let's throw shit against the wall and see what sticks. You know, I want it to make sense if you're going to give me something different, you know? But I am all for throwing in random shit, you know? Throw in something different. Make it change. Charlotte eventually got the hot tag, started cleaning up house. Then next thing you know, Rick came out, distracted Charlotte like, motherfucker, Dad, go home! And then, you know, started to keep going back to work, and then Lacey came out from the side and was there, distracted Charlotte, and then Rick gave Lacey something at one point after Charlotte just said fuck this shit and started slapping the piss out of her. And then Lacey had something in her hand, boom, popped Charlotte with a loaded punt, with a loaded right. After that, Shayna, she started choking her out and then threw her down. Nia Jax came in, did a leg drop on the back of Charlotte's neck, and then got the 1, 2, 3. Now, if you're wondering where was Asuka, Asuka was taken out and thrown over the table and knocked out, all while that was going on with the Lacey debacle. Now, we'll get to Lacey and Charlotte later on in the show, but with that said, now let's get to the main show. It starts off Goldberg, yeah. Goldberg versus McIntyre, and, well, I've officially lived long enough in my life to see not only Hacksaw Jim Duggan wrestle in shorts, but to see Bill Goldberg wrestle in shorts. And I'm not talking like shooter shorts, like the kind that come up to like your mid-thigh. No, I mean like regular gym shorts that just had the Bill Goldberg tribal tattoo on his ass. And I'm just looking like, dude, I get you're supposed to look like a legit badass, but right there you look like a old guy trying to do a really bad MMA cosplay. I mean, jeez, ugh, ooh, damn. And yeah. Either way, this match gave me fucking heart palpitations, because all before the match, all I was doing was saying, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Zeus, Odin, Yeshnu, whichever god up there is listening, please, please do not let Goldberg win. And yeah, now there was a little bit of a brawl before the match started, because as McIntyre presented the belt to the ref, Goldberg and McIntyre had a face-off, and then McIntyre, boom, headbutt him, and then gave him a spear, got a quick 2 count. After that, they brawled on the outside, and then Goldberg speared McIntyre through the barricade, and then they brawled out there for a minute, and then the match started, which, honestly, the best way I can describe the match was like watching a 2K game, like watching two people playing on a WWE 2K game, and both players had infinite finishes, and just both guys were hitting each other with their finishes that much. McIntyre got the win by doing a Claymore, and I damn near had a heart attack when Goldberg hit the jackhammer. That was the hands down the second worst looking jackhammer I've ever seen him do. We all know where the first one was. Take her. But, man, when that pin was going, I was just like, oh no, 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 no. And the kick out. Oh God. Don't fucking scare me like that. But afterwards, McIntyre got the win. But yeah, McIntyre got the Claymore, got the 1, 2, 3. After that, code of honor right here, shook hands. You know, showed signs of respect, all well and good. Next up, we got Carmella versus Sasha, and on a side note, you look at Carmella's entrance, I'm pretty sure, suffice to say, Carmella wins the Silhouette Challenge. Yeah. Anyways, as far as the match went, this was a damn good women's match. I absolutely loved it. These girls went at it. You know, Mella was leading the pace. I dug the shit out of it. You know, Reginald wound up having his own little moment and eventually wound up getting booted out. And Sasha at one point looked like she tweaked her knee when she did Meteora, which, I don't know, just from personal fan perspective, all I keep thinking anytime I ever see her do a Meteora is, my God, one of these days her knees are just going to explode and say, fuck this, I can't take it no more. Ugh. Change it up. Or, you know, have either that, or I really, really hope she's got like some really strong knee pads that are like giant, that are like that thick with like gel or foam padding to protect her knees from that impact and fall. But this is a damn good match, you know. And Sasha, she got the win doing the bank statement, which, okay, I'm good with, you know. Now we come to the Women's Rumble. Now, Bayley and Naomi, who made her return, was 1 and 2. And not going to go over all the number entries, but you know, like we do every year with the Rumble here, we'll say the big surprise entries and the high spots of the Rumble was, high spots had to be when Billy Kay came down. she was on commentary trying to coax some of the girls that were coming down like, hey, it's my resume, you and me, you and me, huh, you and me, huh? And it did not work until, of all people, I never expected, Jillian Hall. They fucking got Jillian Hall there to do it, and then Billy came over and was like, hey, you and me, Billy and Jilly, yeah, okay, let's go. And it just, wow, that was fucking awesome. Some other surprises were, oh God, and this is where I swear Vince McMahon is really trying to do me in, give me a heart attack, because the whole time I'm watching, I'm sweating up a storm and I'm needing my heart pills. Thank you, Zeke, for giving me my heart meds. Just fucking Victoria, Lisa Varon, Tori Wilson, you know, fucking, and Mickie James. Oh, Mickie James made her return. And just, at that point, my homeboy Zeke, he was looking at me like, Tim, you okay, man? You're sweating a lot more than normal, man. Mickie James, Mandy Rose, Victoria were all at the ring at the same time. Suffice to say, I was that shaky. Yeah. Now, with Charlotte, you know, Charlotte was in there. She, you know, obviously she declared herself for the Rumble early on, but the big point that I absolutely loved was when Charlotte, the second Lacey's music came on, it was like Moses parting the Red Sea. She just looked, she was like, everyone move, and just stood there and was waiting like, come on, you little bitch, I'm gonna slap you stupid. And oh man! Now the high spot, or what I call the, I always call it the Kofi spot, because Kofi pretty much innovated the whole find a unique way to save yourself from being eliminated moment. And this was with Naomi and Bianca Belair. They both had their feet hooked over to the ropes like that, and they were both pulling on each other's hair until they were like, okay, get each other up, ready? And they were moving like that to pull each other up to get enough momentum to hook onto the rope and then get themselves in. Which, that was fucking cool as shit. You know, that was probably the coolest spot in there. When Alexa Bliss came in, she started cleaning up. She started doing good. And then probably the coolest thing was just as the music hit and it looked like Bliss was going to start transforming and change from her little schoolgirl self into the evil twisted Bliss, you know, just as it looked like it was about to happen, Rhea Ripley, who was in there, was like, fuck this shit, and just threw her over, which you could tell Rhea Ripley has watched a lot of animes, because she is not giving the villain enough time to power up and get ready to change into like a final form or nothing. This ain't no Dragon Ball Z. This is the goddamn Royal Rumble. And now the final four wound up being Natalya, Bianca Belair, Charlotte, and Rhea Ripley. Natty wound up getting out, and then Charlotte. So the final was between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, where they both were at one point on the verge. They were holding onto the rope, skinning the cat, and then they got on the apron, just looked at each other, was like, all right, let's just go. We'll get in the ring and we'll settle this. Them two had a hell of a good fight. Bianca Belair won. Oh man, that was awesome. She won, choked up, tears. The girl, honest to goodness, deserved it, you know. She put in the work, and I say this all the time. You put in the work, you eventually are going to get the results. Is it going to be today? Is it going to be tomorrow? Is it going to be 2 or 3 years from now? No. Consistency is the key, though. That's the thing. That said, now we move to the next match. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, last man standing, and we all know on how I feel about last man standing matches, but goddamn, I have a hard time not liking a last man standing match that Kevin Owens is in. From La Revenja with him and El Generico to his one with Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley. It's just, I don't know. Kevin Owens just finds a way to make last man standing matches interesting to me. Now, on paper, last man standing matches sound great. You gotta beat your opponent senseless to the point they can't get up. But then, you have to wait for the 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it kind of sucks the air out for me. Like, really? Now I gotta fucking wait? Ugh, lame. But it didn't feel like it. I don't know what it is. Like I said, for some odd reason, Kevin Owens' last man standing matches don't feel like that for me. Now, this, lot of good back and forth brawling, wound up getting into the LED boards where the fans were, into the back where Roman went straight up GTA and ran over Kevin Owens with a golf cart. And this is where the big debate came in, because a lot of people were saying, oh, they stole that from AEW with Matt Hardy doing that. But WWE did this back at WrestleMania with Big Show, Kane, and Raven, and this, that, and the other. Guys, it's fucking wrestling. Everyone has stolen each other's idea at some point or another and just twisted it and gave it a different coat of paint. Fuck! God almighty, quit getting your nuts in a vice just because you think somebody copied something from another promotion. I mean, for fuck's sake, if you want to get pissed off at that, here's an interesting idea. How about, maybe, just maybe, you get mad at, I don't know, any independent promotion in the US stealing the concept of death matches from Japan. There you go. Oh, where's the uproar there? Yep, but just... Either way, this was a damn good match. I fucking loved it. At one point, Roman had a set of handcuffs, was getting ready to cuff Owens, but Owens was like, fuck this shit. Owens wound up actually cuffing Roman to the lower part of a light fixture to where he wouldn't be able to get up. And as the ref's counting, Roman's trying to get... Can't move. Ref's at 8, and Roman's just like, fuck this. Grabs the ref, pulls him to hit the light fixture so that way he can't count. And then, when Kevin Owens comes over, boom, low blow right in the ding-ding, as Steve Corino would say. And then gets Paul Heyman. Paul comes over, gets it. Always count on my savior Paul Heyman to have a set of handcuff keys on him, because, well, hey, knowing Paulie's history, you never know if you're going to need a set of handcuff keys. But either way, he got out, and then next thing you know, Roman then put in a guillotine choke on Owens, and then Owens choked out. He couldn't get up from the 10 count after that. So your winner and still Universal Champion, the head of the table, the big dog, Roman Reigns. And now we come to the main event of the night. The Men's Royal Rumble. Edge was number 1, Randy Orton was number 2, and before Randy even could make it down the entry ramp, Edge was just like, yeah, fuck this, took his coat off, stormed down, beat the living shit out of Randy. Them two started brawling before the match even started. And then, yeah, it was just, wow, it was good. Now, some of the big surprise entries, number 1 being, of all people, Carlito. And I'm not saying this as a knock, it's just because, well, Carlito's been very vocal on a lot of things with WWE and not always sounding like he was in favor with them, and didn't necessarily sound like he was on good terms. I honestly never thought I know you never say never in this business, but I thought Carlito would probably be like, yeah, no, I'm not fucking touching them again. With that. some other big surprises, Damian Priest, who surprisingly also then debuted the following night on Raw. Kane, Glenn Jacobs, who, I'm not going to lie, Kane, hands down, one of my favorite big men in the business. You know, and I'm not talking about the man Glenn Jacobs. Whether you like or agree or disagree with his political views, I don't give a fuck. I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about the performer. The man who walks through those ropes to entertain me. That's what I'm talking about. Kane. He was. Another big one was stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. Shane Helms, Hurricane Helms, came on out. Christian wound up getting a huge surprise, basically like from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Oh my God! Because the second Christian came out, Edge was sitting, the way that fucking beautiful timing with the camera. Edge is down, face down on the mat. He rolls over, sees it, and he just gets this look on his face like, you guys don't know this, but you're about to get your ass kicked by my friend. Me and my friend are about to kick your ass. Edge just had that look on his face, which was like, alright, this is going to be fucking cool. And then we saw ENC working together again in there. Oh man, it was so cool. And of course, the Friday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, the new baby daddy at WWE, has returned, as well as Braun Strowman, who, well, he showed up Fridays on the SmackDown before Royal Rumble, which honestly I think he kind of killed his surprise. I kind of like deflated his surprise. I think it would have been better if he would have stayed silent and not be known, and then just like second you hear that, you're like, holy shit, he's back. But either way, the final four came down to Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, Edge, and fuck, I can't remember them all. Either way. Now, I should note at one point, Randy Orton, when Edge and Randy, they brawled, they were on the outside. Edge wound up actually taking a chair, slamming it down on Randy's knee to the point to where his knee pads started getting ripped and looked raw. And Randy got taken to the back. He was out for the entire Rumble. And then Edge came back, and then Edge was number one. Worked from number one all the way until the end. Edge wound up taking out Seth, who was the final two, who was the last man. And then, just as we all thought Edge won, Randy Orton popped up out of nowhere, went to go for an RKO, deflected, and then Edge winds up eliminating Randy himself and then officially winning. So Edge is now a two-time Royal Rumble winner and also one of 3 men in wrestling history to win the Royal Rumble from the number 1 position. So, the following night on Raw, Edge said, now, I am the ultimate opportunist, and while I could challenge for any title, I'm not going to say what one. I'm going to buy my time. Just know this. Be ready. Because when I come, you ain't going to see it. And then McIntyre then started up a feud with Sheamus. So, yeah. So, gotta say, all in all, like I said, this was a damn good show. I fucking love the pay-per-view. So, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Look for me on the Twitter at TimVicious. Also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you don't look for me on my Facebook gimmick, let me know you found me on there from here. Or my Twitter at TimVicious on the day that I keep on going. Leave any interesting complaints, thoughts, questions, complaints, concerns, groans, whatever the hell you want down below. Also, thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. A little bit of wrestling, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, thank you to executive producer of the show, Ali Red Ben, who also did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check his tunes out. It's out there on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good shit. Details are down below. Also, folks, don't forget to follow these cool-ass cats already on my Twitter at Simone, Kenny Killer, DSB_Ivy, Diabolica RA, and Sergeant Curry Pants. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.